And Nesta is the man. Come here, Nesta. I want to tell you a little secret about him, you know. I want to have you know, says, he's my grub, you know. Remember when we used to go to university? When he was a youth, that time he was still big man. I know me still look young still, but me have a few little years over him. And I want to say something about him. He's a good man. He means you well. Him come from you. And he wants to be with you. And every day he harass me about something else that he want to do for you in North Central Clarendon. So preserve him, take care of him, make sure that he's here as your member of parliament after the next general election. One love, my brother, one love all the time. I want to also recognize my colleague, minister, my little extra special Jamaica moves. She fit like a fiddle, not true? Labour Party fit, you know, all the way fit. You out there fit too. There's some good dance moves are going on in the crowd here this evening. But this lady worked with me in health. And let me tell you something. I knew her before, obviously. She was diligent, she was determined, and she works hard. And she's going to be the next member of parliament after the next election also. And we support her and I want to big her up for doing good work in the Ministry of National Security with Dr. Cham. Other members who are here, including my deputy leader, Mikey Stern, him come from you too. He's one of you. And I've known him from a very, very long time. Him not too much younger than me, and him have the hair and the grey hair for sure. But I know he's a good man and he's always among you and working with you. Your worship the mayor, good to see you, sir. Your worship the former mayor, good to see you, sir. Councillor Herschel Brown, who did work with me in the Ministry of Agriculture. Me never know say I'm a politician until him declare him hand. It sound like he was a secret agent for the Labour Party them time there. But when he declared his hand, he came here and he gave you his all. And just by looking at your organization tonight, looking at the numbers that are out, and looking at the work that he has done, I have to say, make sure that Herschel remain with you to give Nesta the support. Herschel, one love, big up all the time. President, and he has been around the block a few times, even though he still is a young man. I don't want to just big him up. Other members on the platform, greetings, Mrs. Lopez, good to see you. We don't always have honorary guests at our meetings, but it's obvious that you are family, you're part of us, and we love you, and we're going to give you all the support and make you proud after the next election. Labour rights at a divisional conference. And it's important. I know you've been here a long time, so I'm not here to take too much more time because you're here a whole for speech tonight. But it's a good sign, and I want to commend you. Because when your MP called me and said that he was having this meeting, he told me he was having a private session first. And I know a lot of you were at the private session. And I know a lot of you got the business of the Labour Party out of the way first. Because let me tell you something. This is good. This is excitement. This is nice coming together, relaxing, having a few drinks. And it's motivation for us. But at the end of the day, the winning come with the work. And so I want to commend your chairman, Nesta Morgan, for doing the work first in the private session. And I want to commend you who attended that private session. And I hope and I know that you have done the work and you're ready for the road. If you are ready for the road, say show Labour rights. Because the biggest party is not the party before the election. The bigger party must be the party on the night of the election. And make no bones about it. Now is the time to prepare the ground. Your Prime Minister and party leader, Dr. Andrew Holness, has made his voice known. Him alone can call it, but we know it due before September. That much we know. And now is not a long time between now and then. We have to do the work on the ground to make it happen. So my first encouragement to you tonight is to make sure you focus on the prize. The prize is to ensure that Nestor Morgan is returned as Member of Parliament and the Labour Party is returned as the next government after the next general election. After that, we can argue about anything else, because it is better for us to be there and sort out any differences we have after we win than to quarrel before and end up not winning and therefore can't sort out none at all. But I have a good feeling tonight because I get the impression that you're ready for the road. Labourites, are you ready for the road? Are you ready for the road? That is the kind of encouragement that I want to hear. You know, I have to say it because it is all over the place. And that is that I noticed that the PNP is having, with the former leader and a former prime minister, a whole heap of oldies session all over the place. Oldies session, reflecting, being emotional about the past. Is a 1970s session and a 1990s session. Talking about what used to be, not about what is and what is to come, but what used to be. Now let me tell you something. As a not too young boy myself, I don't mind all these sessions. But I can't listen to a whole this session when you play vinyl and the vinyl kind of stick. When you're not hearing the full story as to what is going on. Labour Party not deal with vinyl even when they keep all this session. Labour Party is digital. We have it and we are talking about the current and the future. And that's what we have to embrace on behalf of the Jamaican people. They talk about what they have done, but then forget the context and some of the facts. And I want to put it to you today, when them come with the holy session, ask them to do a session on the history of FinSac. Ask them to do a session on the history of high interest rates in Jamaica, who caused it and under whose management it existed. Ask them to do a holy session and how many people were bankrupt under their watch. The same DJ that is the lead in the holy session, he knows. Tell them to give you the full story and what their term at the wicket represented. We Labourites are not into the past only to the extent that the past help us to build the future. And there are some things that happened in the past, including in the 70s and the 90s under their watch, with the Jamaican people not going back to, and the Labour Party is not going to lead them back to that, because we are into the present and into the future. There is enough evidence to show why the Jamaica Labour Party is better for the people of Jamaica than those who led during their term of the wicket, irrespective of what kind of spin they want to put on their term of the wicket. All politics, they say, is local. So I'm not even going to go throughout the country today, because I'm standing right here in front of people from Chapleton and surrounding communities, Northern Clarendon Belt, to be more general. And if you look at your condition in Northern Clarendon, and I say Northern Clarendon generally, right across the belt, you have to conclude, labor rights, that you are better off today, and certainly better off over the last 9 years than you were when they were at the wicket. Just consider it. Nestor Morgan gave you a long run through of all the things he has done right here in North Central Clarendon. And you have agreed. Did he say anything when I go so? I'm asking you. Did he say anything that you don't accept that cause it no go so? No. He said what he committed to, what he promised, and what he has delivered. And I ask you the question, if him deliver it in the past, can you trust him to deliver it in the future? The answer is yes. It's a clear yes. Take the Chapleton Hospital as a case in point. Over 20 years that hospital was allowed to run down to nothing at all. People who live here in Chapleton know that. In 2016, when we took office, when I was appointed as Minister of Health and Wellness, there was a conversation, I remember, with the people right up here in Chapleton, where we made a commitment working with your Member of Parliament to correct the Chapleton Hospital situation and to make it into a modern hospital. Is that the case now, labor rights? Can you go to Chapleton Hospital now and get better attention than you could before 2016? That is what you use to measure in determining who has provided the best leadership for you in your community. In 2016, this area, at that facility, only 5,000 prescriptions were being given out to people who wanted medication. Last year in 2024, 25,000 prescriptions were written for citizens of Northern Clarendon, including Chapleton, at the same Chapleton Hospital. In 2016, there were about 8 beds that could accommodate persons who were ill. Today, there are 30 with another 15 to 20 that is to come online to provide a full inpatient service at Chapleton Hospital. In fact, just give us another month or so and the operating theater at Chapleton Hospital is going to be fully functional. You don't need to go down to Maypen Hospital again to get surgery because it's going to be available right here. It is the representation of your Member of Parliament, your government, that is providing a full service hospital. And we're not done yet because we're doing some other things at that hospital that is going to allow for more outpatient service, more mobility to move patients if we need to from here down into Maypen Hospital. You are one of few communities in Jamaica that has a community hospital that is functional, that provides services, that have doctors and nurses. And I'm happy to announce that in short order, the services won't go just up to 10 o'clock. We're going to give you a full 24-hour service at Chapleton Hospital so that the people right here in Chapleton and Northern Clarendon can access those services without having to go down to Maypen. That is leadership. We don't need to get into a holy session with a scratch record and a DJ trying to justify the present by talking about the past. Focus on what is and what is in your best interest as we seek to move forward. But we're not done there, because if you look at the health centers along the Northern Clarendon belt, you cannot not agree that we have done more to improve the condition of our health centers than any other government before 2016. The one here in North Central St. Clarendon, in Clarendon, Moko Health Center. Have you seen improvement in Moko Health Center? Remember the roof used to leak? Me check. People have to dodge and hide from water drop when rain fall. Doctors suffer from many inconveniences. We have to do some relocation. We have repaired the Moko Health Center, but I'm here to announce tonight that another big contract is to be signed where we are going to spend almost $50 million to double the size of the Moko Health Center for those people who are living in and around the Moko area. Your member of parliament providing representation. But not only that, we're digitizing health records. So when you come this month, we upload your information on the computer. When you come next month, you don't have to give you the same information again. We just add additional information to it. And if you are transferred down to Maypen Hospital, we just have to bring up your file. No need for paper-based file. Under the Labour Party government, health is going digital, and you, the people of North Central Clarendon, are benefiting and will benefit from that. That is what you call a government who cares and talks about the present and the future. We're not in a known dance from the 70s and the 1990s. No vinyl record, we gone digital. But you know, I have to tell you quickly about the work that we have done along the entire Northern Clarendon belt. Because that's really what it boils down to as we seek to be re-elected. Crofts Hill Health Center, $12 million expenditure to upgrade and expand, complete. James Hill, we're putting a new dental service. You can go there and get a second chance to smile because what we have done is improve and expanded that facility. Rock River, 20 million expansion and upgrading in conjunction with Food for the Poor. Anion Town, upgraded by $7.5 million. Ready now to be open, upgraded and better for the people. Frankfield upgraded to the tune of $41 million. When last anybody passed the Frankfield Health Center, much nicer facility for the people of the area. And last week I was in Thompson Town. Anybody know where that place is, Thompson Town? If you come from Northern Clarendon belt, you must know Thompson Town. It used to be a old breakdown building. You got Thompson Town now, air conditioning, new waiting area, brand new tile floor, staff have new kitchen, doctors have new doctors' quarters under the Operation Refresh Upgrade. We are ensuring that our health infrastructure right along the Clarendon belt are improved for the people and for the staff who work there. This is a government that cares. This is a government that deals with the present. We're not into any old-time dance reflecting on the past. It's about the present and the future. And we're working on others because, stay tuned, you're going to hear about Kellits, you're going to hear about Brandon Hill, you're going to hear about Rockford, all of which are going to be expanded in short order. So, I want to say to you here tonight in Chapleton, this Labour Party have a plan. We don't operate as if we don't know what we're doing. We don't operate on the spur of the moment. And we don't live in the past. Let them stay in the past and reflect and be emotional about what they think they have done in the past. We are about the present and the future. And right now before you, the future is about the next general election and who you support to continue the work. Why would we change to anybody else if what we're doing now means progress for the people on the ground? You here in North Central Clarendon are benefiting. You're benefiting from roads. You're benefiting from police station. You're benefiting from hospital services. You're benefiting from schools. And you're benefiting from a member of parliament who is from you, who knows you, who understands you, and is working on your behalf. There is no reason to change. Laborites, let's continue the work. a lot of work that we must do to make sure it happens. But I believe you have the motivation, you have the vision, you have the commitment, and the people will make their voices known when the time comes. It's Nesta all the way so that the Labour Party can be returned to power at the next election. God bless you, love you, and all the best.